Hello, just Gem here and welcome, or indeed welcome back to my channel. I've tried to film with this here Peachy Keen palette from Trigwell Cosmetics numerous times. As a result of that, this is a full-on review. This is not even a first impressions because I've used this multiple times at this point. I'll leave it at that and you can determine as I'm applying what you think my thoughts are. So I'm using my trusty Refer number 4, and yes, it does need a clean, but I've cleaned off the pigment, so it's ready to go. And no, these tones are not going to go with the makeup that I'm currently wearing, but that's not really the point, so kind of ignore the fact that it doesn't actually go with what I'm wearing, but here we are. So I'm going to start with the actual blush shade, which is on this side over here. Then maybe on one side I'll use the highlighter, and on the other side I'll use what I would call the topper shade. I've had this since the summer. I bought it as part of a set with some powder, some powder puffs, and it came with like this cup, which I snorted derisively when it came with a cup. I was like, what do I need a cup for? But I have actually been using that cup an awful lot. It's quite handy. Oh, it's kind of just deposited quite a lot there. This is probably the best it's looked. Make of that what you... This mirror's too small. Yeah. See, I don't know about you, but it kind of deposited a lot, and then when I went to blend it out, it just all went away. It's now this very, I mean, it's kind of there, and to be honest, I'm wondering if that's because I'm not as dark now as I was in the summer, and I am actually using a foundation that's a hair lighter than normal now, because now it's not looking horrendous. But let me tell you, before it was ridiculous. And I mean, it's all coming out now. If you couldn't tell, the opinion I'd already formed is I don't like it. I like to go in with my blush. I like a statement blush. But for me, this lacks the pigment that I would prefer. See, now it's kind of giving like a very subtle, kind of pretty orange dusting. But as I say, before it was pretty much blending away completely. Can you see that? I'm admittedly not as mad at this as I was the first 3 times I tried to make this work. I feel it genuinely blended into complete nothingness. But there is like a little something there today. But for my personal preference, that's not quite enough. I don't know, let me know what you think. Because I was all prepared to like bin this, I'm not gonna lie. But maybe I'll keep it. To be fair, it wasn't the blush I was most mad at. It was the highlighter in the middle. Where's my Refer 16? So you can see, so that is clean. I've deliberately cleaned it for this. Let's go in with that highlighter now. I would think that this would be a nice warm highlighter. Oh, what's happened there? just a bit too... Okay, admittedly, that's a bit of human error there. It kind of kicked back on me. But that's icier than I would like. For a peachy highlight, I don't know, that's kind of icy. I'm just trying to tone it down a little bit. And again, it's not that... I don't massively dislike it. Well, no, I do, because I was expecting it to be warmer. I just think it's too icy for a peach toned highlighter, or a highlighter that's in a peach trio. Yeah, just that hair too icy for me. And it's, at certain angles, it does just look white. Yeah, no, don't like that. On the other side, we'll go in with the topper. So that's the sort of shimmery orange. Might have been a bit heavy-handed there. I'll do the same. I'll blend it out. Again, I feel like that's... On me, it pulls icy. Maybe on someone who's fairer than me, it won't pull quite as icy. I think my disappointment came from the fact that it wasn't what I was expecting. So I can 100% like still use this if I wanted to go for a more cool toned, subtle, ethereal type look. But that's not really what I bought the palette for. I was on the hunt for something, well, peachy, funnily enough, peachy. But it's just not doing it for me. It just isn't. And just to kind of show you, I'm just gonna swatch it. Blush, highlight, topper. But yeah, you can just see, would you call those peachy tones? On me, anyway? No, they're just very, they're washed out. It's just not what I was expecting. And the main reason I thought I'd still go ahead and finally do this review, now that I seem to, touch wood, have my lighting situation sorted out, is this palette is still for sale. And I decided to go for it because I saw a lot of the darker content creators who had tried this palette saying how good it was, and they were kind of putting it on and they were just saying, oh, you can build it up, you can build it up. And I'm just... Can you see that? Like, genuinely, can you see that? I don't know. I was thoroughly disappointed, to be honest. I don't know, maybe you can build it up, but who's got time to spend... I think the NYX Buttermelt blushes have spoiled me. Who's got time to sit there and build up and build up and build up layers of blush? I don't. I mean, I think it's somewhat pretty today, but too subtle. Too subtle. It's not what I had anticipated when I picked it up. And as I say, I think the main reason I thought I would go ahead and put a review of this up is because it's still available. So the set I purchased isn't available anymore, but the palette itself is. It's 20 quid, I think. You can buy 3 NYX blushes for that price. If you're fair to, like, fair tan medium, this could be nice on you. It could show up more on you. It could be a lot more flattering. But if you're my skin tone, a little bit fairer than me, deeper than me, this is a complete waste of time, in my opinion. So that's my public service announcement on the Peachy Keen blush and highlighter palette from Trigwell Cosmetics. Peachy Keen, can't say I'm too keen at all. Just a quick speedy review. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and hopefully I'll see you again in a video in the not too distant future. Bye!